prescription that I got for my back.
How you get him that? Get him that.
How's the walk so far?
Oh, we stopped in one pub, we stopped in an off-licence, no, supermarket.
Right, so you're recording this? Yeah, oh mate, the walk, it's amazing. It's like...
At the start, we got let into the front of the cottage, into the media centre.
Yeah.
I think at the end of the day, Tony Khan is a human. And, you know, he does not deserve the abuse he's getting. I really don't think he does. I think, fair enough, have an opinion, put it on social media if that's what you want to do. That's fine. But I don't think it's necessary to at him and have the abuse he's received. He's doing a job. It's your opinion whether he's doing it well or not so well. But the abuse is unnecessary. And you know, we're walking for a men's mental health charity. We're walking to say, let's be kind to each other. Let's, you know, protect each other's mental health. And we've got Fulham fans abusing Mr. Khan. I just don't think it's fair. I don't think it's right.
What do you think about the window and the transfer?
The window, happy with Babel. That's all I can say about that, because the other chaps, I'm not familiar with them. I've not seen them play. I don't know. I'm prepared to give them a chance. I'm prepared to reserve judgment till they've kicked a ball in a Fulham shirt. It's the abuse, you know, you give it and you give it, and then when someone bites back, for example, when Tony Khan said to the fan, you know, go to hell, I'm not, you know, getting out of the club or whatever it was. You know, why shouldn't he bite back? He's a human. He's having a perfectly normal human reaction to someone being completely unpleasant to him. Of course he's going to say something back, and so he should. He's defending himself.
And if we link it into this mental health walk and men's mental health, people don't realise what social media does to people.
Exactly. You know, if you're getting abused 400 times a day by different people, is everyone really that naive that they don't think that's going to have an effect on this guy's mental health and on his attitude? Of course it is. He's got money, he's got fame, fortune, whatever you want to say. It doesn't mean that he doesn't have feelings and might feel a little bit crap about what people are saying about him. At the end of the day, he's doing a job.
And can you link it into the Chelsea away game and what you reacted to yourself then?
The chance of murderer. We're being called out constantly for like 90 minutes. I actually called a lot of, I called the Fulham fans at the game out about that on Twitter, because for me, you know, I've been affected by someone. My boyfriend died in a traffic accident in 2014, so coming up to 5 years ago now. And you know what, hearing that at a football game, I was like, no, you know, it's hurtful. That family lost someone precious to them, and it's not banter. I'm sorry, but that's not football banter. That is downright trying to get under someone's skin and being mean. And I don't think joking about killing someone is banter at all. I think they need to look at what they're writing on Twitter, and they need to think about what effect that has on other people, and just think, when, you know, am I proud of what I'm writing here? Would my family be proud of what I'm writing here? Am I being a good role model to my children by writing this? I think the answer a lot of the time would be no.
What is today about, Lee?
It's about raising awareness for mental health, and obviously, as you all know, preventing male suicide in the UK. It's the biggest killer of men under 45. It's phenomenal that we've got this stigma, and I personally want to break this stigma that, as you know, I've been walking and talking about it for the last 4 years. I suffered, and I genuinely don't want anybody else to feel the way I did. So if we help one Palace fan today, that's, to me, job done.
It's a charity that means a lot to me, because
I mean, I've not known anyone personally that's killed themselves, but I've got mates who've killed themselves, who've committed suicide. And this charity, like, it raises awareness of the fact that suicide is a massive problem in the UK at the moment. You got people killing themselves, like, all over the UK for various reasons, for depression, for anxiety, for all mental health problems. And raising awareness for it is what's going to stop. The more awareness we raise, the more people are going to realise how big a problem it is. And hopefully the goal is one day for people to not be suicidal, and for the government to invest in mental health, like mental health care in the NHS. Because at the moment there's not enough money being pumped into it for a load of mental health care. But the fact that suicide is the biggest killer in men under 45 is a massive problem.
Can you talk a bit about how a certain person has helped you and what happened?
Tony Khan. What a legend. Unbelievable. I spoke to Tony on direct message on Twitter regarding what I wanted to do, and he fully backed me. He said, where do I send the money? What do I do? What's the plan? Told him the plan, and got back to me, donated £1,000, and then he went to bed. A few people donated about £100. Then he woke up and saw that I hadn't reached the target. Tony has just put two other grand in. So to me, I'm over the moon about Tony. It's a nice thing to do. You don't have to do it. He gets a lot of slack. To me, what he's done for me personally is phenomenal. I can't personally thank him enough. Hopefully we catch up soon, have a drink, and thank him personally. That's what I genuinely want to do.
It's nice, isn't it, to see that someone like a chairman or owner's son, or a vice chairman or whatever you want to call him, director of football, he's taken an interest in Fulham fan causes.
Yeah, massively. As I said just a minute ago, most people know I've been doing this for years, and I'm quite relentless. I don't give up. I just keep going. One day someone's going to hear me, and finally Tony did hear me. We spoke in depth. I talked about my problems, and he was like, what you're doing is amazing. There should be more people in the world like you, which is it's a bit of a cliche, but him donating this money has totally changed my outlook on where I want to go now. I want to push this YouTube channel, so Cast No Shadow, MMH, is mental health. Push this channel and get people talking. I work in an operating theatre, so I listen to music a lot in the operating theatre. We're operating on people doing God knows what, and my phone beeped, and I was in recovery 1, so I shouldn't do it, but I look at it, and oh my god, I just couldn't believe it, could not believe it. I'm jumping around, ran into the coffee room, and said to all the girls that sat there drinking coffee, eating cakes and so forth, I said to them, oh my god, I've now got the whole donation from Tony Khan. A few were ecstatic for me, a few just didn't care. I was just such an adrenaline buzz. I kind of got upset about it, if I'm honest. I'm a simple guy. I want simple things, but for someone to put that money in and believe in me meant the world to me. It's like everyone can say, oh, well done, Lee, you're such a good guy doing this. To me, that it's nice, don't get me wrong, but the story ain't over yet. There's going to be a lot more stuff coming up. And Tony donating that really just hit me and just kind of went, wow, someone actually believes in me now. For 4 years I've been fighting against everything. When I first started, people were laughing and people didn't take what I was doing seriously. And the same people that done that are the same people that suffer now. So to me, life comes in a circle. But Tony Khan, stunning, I can't believe it.
Do you think it's a bit bad, the criticism he's got for the window? It's very hard.
On a personal level, I think it is, yeah. You spend £100 million. If we didn't spend nothing in the summer, everybody would have moaned, you ain't spent nothing, God knows where we would have been. That's all well and good, ifs, buts, maybes. But you spend £100 million, everyone's excited. Okay, the players didn't work. That's the way it goes. That's life. And then obviously we've had the season we've had. And to be fair, we ain't played bad. We ain't played bad in all the games I've seen us, which has been really unlucky. And then obviously January winter comes around. Everybody wants this person, that person. You spent £100 million on a brand new team, for want of a better word. So are you going to spend another £100 million in January? No, we're not. If we go down, we go down. That's the reality is, Fulham till I die. I'd love to see us in the Premier League, but the Premier League is a sterile thing. There's no atmospheres. I think this is the best game I've been to so far. Palace fans have been amazing. This is what football's all about. It's a little bit of camaraderie, a little bit of joke, coming together and creating something that's good. Because hopefully, if we stay out, we'll do this again next year. We'll make it bigger and better.
Well, John, that's my view. Terrible, isn't it? Nothing saying about restricted view or anything. So, any goals scored there, I won't be seeing any. So, yeah, great stuff, hey?
Tony, so you're the half-time, full-time guy.
Hello, mate.
So, what do you think of the January window? What's your opinion?
Well, I think we're all disappointed we haven't got a major signing. But who's to know that the ones that have come in aren't going to be as good? I always say, if they're any good, then they probably wouldn't come to Fulham. But I think it is what it is, and you just got to deal with it. I can't see. I mean, to be honest, not many other teams did major business this time of year. Players are looking out for themselves rather than looking up. Unless you're walking straight to the site, it's going to win a trophy. I think that's what players are like. They're quite happy on their big contracts at other clubs, and I think that, you just got to deal with it. We did all the spending last year. We're not going to be too bad. I mean, Newcastle lost this afternoon just at lunchtime, so that's a fillip. I think if we can play off, if we can get the front three playing, I think we'll do all right.
I think it's quite unexciting, but I'm gutted that AK's gone.
Why?
Because he showed so much passion, so much fire. He loved Fulham. He was the only person we had that could come on in the 80th minute and change the game. I think we're going to be fine. I still believe, obviously, I'm a Fulham fan.
Oh, I think it's well possibility. I mean, win today, and we're only 3 points off a Palace. I mean, not much more off a Newcastle. We got Huddersfield out of it. We got to get in front of two teams, but there's still another 4 teams. I mean, even up to Brighton fans were worried coming out of the ground that they could be in it, and they're about another 6 places above us. So.
Yeah, it's not been great. We needed to sort the defence out, and we haven't done. Cahill would have been a big addition to the team, but obviously that went through. So we should have concentrated on trying to get a defender, but we haven't done so. I think we have missed a big opportunity there to sort the defence out, but hopefully with a win today we could sort things out. We could be okay, but the defence is the biggest worry of the team. Yeah.
A bit disappointing. Seemed a bit last minute as usual. Was hoping to strengthen the defence, and yeah, just feels like a bit of a letdown. If we weren't going to strengthen the defence, we could have at least started building again for the Championship.
Well, what disappointed you the most about it, would you say?
Just, it was all last minute. And, like that Bordeaux deal falling through at the last minute, just, why couldn't they sort stuff out sooner in the month? Why is it all left until the last day?
What do you think about today, and what do you think about going forward to the end of the season?
This is a big game. Hopefully we can get 3 points, but to be honest, I'll be happy with a draw. I think we're doomed. But there we go. Looking forward to Rotherham on a Tuesday night again.
The team today, have you got any problems with it?
I'd like to see Sessegnon starting. Sess's a big miss for us. I think we need to start bringing him back into the team over Schürrle, to be honest. But yeah, Kearney coming back to the fold against Brighton, he was a big player and he did change the game for us. So hopefully he starts that way from the beginning. But yeah, Sessegnon, it would be a big addition to get Sessegnon back in. But obviously at the minute, we are struggling at the back. We've sort of found a little formula at the back that we like. But yeah, where Cess comes in, I don't know, but he does need to start playing.
And do you think we can get some results together against some of the big teams, do you think?
Yeah, definitely. Against United, I think United's going to be a big game for us. I can see us getting a point or maybe 3 points against United. The others maybe not. Chelsea are always there for the taking if we get behind them. But City and Liverpool, the way they're playing, you've got to write them 2 games off. But I think personally, if we get a point against United, points against Chelsea, they're points that are unexpected from everyone else. So if we get them, get a couple of wins away from home, I think we'll be all right. We've got the chance to stay up.
To dry, I thought I'd take a car by from central London 2 hours, so I'll catch you later, mate, yeah?
How are you?
You alright?
Why are you watching the game?
I ain't going home yet, man. It's only 1-0. I'm going to have a beer instead.
How's the game going?
We're doing alright. We're doing alright. We're holding our own. I don't know. I think I missed the penalty. They said Christie had his hands all over him, but I don't know about that. We do alright. We'll beat these. If we have a second half like we did against Brighton, we'll do them. By the way, I left that game on 23 minutes. That's the earliest I've ever left.
Half time at the Palace, and we've had all the possession, been more creative, but we're 1-0 down over a really innocuous penalty. Christie handball right on the edge of the box. Was it in or outside the box? I don't know. But I think we've just got to keep pressing. Palace haven't showed nothing. Apart from, well, Benteke went close with a header. No, sorry, not. It was no head kick. That could have been 2-0, but we're getting stood into the game. But anything that goes through Christie's been very poor. So we're hopeful of the second half anyway.
Right, so Miles, what do you think of the first half? How did you sum it up?
Frustrating, I'd say. Questionable penalty. A bit slow with the ball. We probably the second half. I'd love to see a fullback like we did at Brighton. I think that will unlock Kearney, moving into the middle, bring on another winger. That would be perfect. But not.
So how do you think we'll push on in the second half? Do you think you could change it up? Make substitutes, perhaps?
I'd change it up. I'd bring on probably Vieto or another winger. Just get the ball into Mitro because he looks dangerous.
We just need that cutting edge. We need, I don't know, we need a Tom Kearney ×2. You know, someone who can do it in the Premiership. Tom Kearney's all right in the other leagues, but we need someone who can cut it in the Premiership, someone who can deliver that final ball. Mitrovic scores goals. Put the ball in the area, score goals. I've never seen, well I have, but there ain't many players that can linger in the air like him. They're few and far between, so we've got to get crosses into him. But I think he's our only hope. Mitrovic is our only hope. Until we get a midfielder, which won't be till the summer, but who knows? It's a funny old game, isn't it, football?
Annoyed that we're not taking our chances. It's like, you know, we've had some chances, no shots on target, and that's like, it's annoying really, but you know, we go every week, go for the atmosphere, but that's it really.
Very disappointed about today, very disappointed. Thought we might get a result. I don't know what happened after Tuesday second half. Thought they had a brilliant second half, thought they'd come out running today, and they ain't. And I think they're frightened to have a shot at the game, which is so, you know, for a Fulham supporter, it is so depressing because they get the chances and want no one to shoot. But anyway, way it is, still be back here next week, so there we go. All right, catch you later.
I think we played alright, but it's just like we're losing the ball on the wing. We kept on losing the ball. Couldn't get the ball in. Christie couldn't get the ball. Absolute rubbish. Like we're losing the ball there. Can't even get the ball in the box. Like I think like, the team would gel if we had like he should have put Sessi on.
I think we're controlling games. I think we can survive, but it's just a case of a bit more penetration, taking our chances. But at the moment, it's just negative, isn't it?
Yeah, same again. Lots of possession, but I just didn't really threaten the goal at any point. Not really don't think we had any chances on goal at all. Babel moves about a lot. He's a good signing, but just not creative enough. We need a right back. All the fans are slating Christie and Fosu-Mensah, so
still time. We've got to be positive.
It was absolutely shambolic. It just shows how much we need a right back. Fosu-Mensah, Christie, they're both awful. And if we got Sabali, whoever you say, on deadline day, maybe it would be a different game. There was no service into the box to Mitrovic. There was a chance in the first half, and if he did score that, different game. We would have went 1-0 up. Maybe we could have sat back and held on. It was shambolic. When he brought Ream off, I was thinking, what? He was our best centre half when he was on. It's awful. It's really awful. Well, transfer window, did we bring in a centre half? Well, we brought in Nordvik, but we needed a Premier League experienced centre back. Not bloody Markovic. How many wingers do we need? That's probably our 6th or 7th winger now we've got. We don't need that many. We need a Premier League experienced centre half. If Gary Cahill wants 150k a week, pay that, because I'd rather spend it all on him than have the likes of Anguissa rotting away in the reserves.
Shit game, I mean, to be honest. Like, I don't know what was going on. Like, the fans, I think they're all discouraged in that game. Like, I saw this guy was literally like half the game was just sitting down.
Honestly, like we all come here and 1-0 half time, you know, I think we can come forward a bit, you know, after coming back from 2-0 at Brighton. Sometimes it just seems like we don't even want always playing it back. We need to go forward a bit more. Ranieri needs to change it up a bit. It's always the same. And, you know, I'm still behind Ranieri. A few people are against him. I'm still with him. But honestly, something needs to change. And honestly, right now we're going down. But I mean, it's still possible to stay up. But for now, we're down unless something drastically changes. But anyway, we just need to try and do what we can, and at least don't go down to like the lowest points.
There's not much to say. It's Ranieri. Look, he's here. Let's just see out the season. I don't really want to be here anymore. Let's just get down to next season. It's going to be the championship. I'm fine with the championship. I'm fine with the championship. Go on to Palace. good luck to the rest of their season. Let's just get out of here, move on to the next season, play some real teams. Palace is a real team. There's no real teams in this division. Move on. Get ready for the next season. Let's just get the league. I'm done with this. I'm done with this. Play one of our own. Play some players who actually care about this club. None of these mercenaries. Play one of our own.
Well, I mean, it was poor. You can analyse it all day long. They played as two poor sides today, and they blocked us out in the middle of the second half. All we could do was push it around, push it back, push it out the wings. We had no plan other than that.
I don't think you can say they even did a job on us, really. I mean, we just didn't have any penetration. As Pete said, it was side to side along the back four. They were quite comfortable. We just didn't put them under pressure at all.
Yeah, probably the miss by Mitrovic was a key point in the first half. If that had gone in, it might have been a different game. The penalty, I didn't think it was a penalty to start with, but look, when it was played back, it probably was. But yeah, then they defended very well in the second half and broke well on us and controlled the game.
Are you disappointed you lot by January? The window?
I don't expect an awful lot in January, to be honest. I mean, not many clubs have done business in January. It's always very difficult. Getting Babel was good.
Are we down?
It's going to be very difficult, I think.
We're not down until it's mathematical, and you've got to be positive. There are winnable games still to come. We proved against Brighton that if we actually work as a team, we can perform. But today, that wasn't one of those occasions.
I think they did do a job, as you said earlier. Yes, I think defensively, they played well, and they forced us to go sideways. Scott Parker type game, I don't think you can really complain about anything. We were poor.
Can we stay up? Can we stay up?
I don't think so, really. Sadly, no. I don't think so. Too many home games that are just. If we play like that, we haven't got a chance of staying up. That's the reality. We don't play enough like we did against Brighton in the second half. Exactly. We were good against Brighton in the second half. Or, if you analyse it, was just that Brighton's defence was poor. I can't say. I'm disappointed. I came here nervous and I'm going home disappointed.
Yeah, well, we know with Roy, you get one, they get one, and then Roy Hodgson team, and it can be very hard to, get one back because they defend very strongly and they counter well, and that's what they did.
What have you got to say, Richard?
I'm very pleased to be a Fulham supporter this evening. I have this death wish now that we're all over the show. The sooner we go, the better. Sort out the manager and the players and get back to playing some football. That's awful. We're not playing football and we're never going to survive with the way we're going. There's no shape, and the biggest thing is we don't have a leader. No leader, no shape. We're only going one way.
I think the fans going out to "Are you listening, Tony Khan?" I think that's maybe the fact where some of the fans are turning. They've had a soft ride, let's face it, a long time. We got up by the skin of our teeth last year, but we're going down like an absolute stone. I think we're going out with the shopping in Sainsbury's basically. It's just been that car crash of a season, and I don't know how we can turn it around. I think it's too much. The losing against the likes of Burnley and Cardiff, I mean that was almost unforgivable. But we got a home game next, and another one, another game after that. But 8 times running out, the last few sands are in the bottle really. The boat has sailed, I think. But you just got to keep your chin up. You're a Fulham fan in the Premier League. That's what everyone. There's a lot of clubs in the world who want to be where we are. But got really more to say, John. It's just been frustrating, isn't it?
Hey, today's game was an absolute horrendous result. We had optimism, me and him, going into the game after the Brighton game. Like, we went 2-0 down and it wasn't looking good. The whole of the morale at home was just horrible.
Can I just say one thing? I'm usually an optimist. I am usually an optimist, but I think for me today was the prime example with the fact that going forward we weren't overlapping. It looked blatantly obvious that they were cutting us down in the middle. Sessegnon not making an appearance, despite his potential, despite everything that goes with him. I've got to say, Ranieri, as much as I'm an optimist...
Come in, Kev.
Right, Kev.
What's your fellas? How we doing? All right? Well, after that performance, you can see why I can't win away.
Yeah, exactly.
Negativity.
To be honest, I think Ranieri, for me anyway, you guys can disagree, but for me, Ranieri's a dinosaur. I don't think he's the right man to keep us in the division.
I agree with you.
I think, personally, I think what he did at Leicester was, I don't want to be harsh, but it was a complete and utter fluke, considering the players.
Look how the top four were. They were poor.
They were poor.
They were poor.
Like, Tottenham finished third in a two-horse race, and that's how bad the league was that year. I can't see it changing. I think we've got to prepare ourselves. I think what we should have been looking at is January, after the Tuesday night result, we should have been obviously pushing forward and maybe getting defensively better, but we didn't do that. It wasn't good enough, and now we have to look at ourselves and go, look to playing like to Luton, and maybe Pompey, and maybe Aston Villa next season. And
Play days.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Luton away, never done Luton away, but 7-8 points in the Premiership is. Tony Khan was saying on Twitter that we've gone on a mad run before. Wait a second, we're not playing the likes of Burton Albion. We're not playing the
Championship no more.
This is exactly, and the teams that you up against, they will tear you apart like we saw today. Crystal Palace. Ordinary, exactly. The record at their home ground is they don't score goals at home. Okay, fair enough. Penalty first half shouldn't have been disappointing. Dodgy, very. You looking at a team where our best opportunity, in my opinion, apart from that Mitro miss, was in the last 2 minutes when we're 2-0 down.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
and that's not good enough. That is not good enough. That's why, in my opinion, I'm not going to call for anything. The managerial job is such a hard job that Ranieri isn't the right man to move us forward. If we are going to go down, for me, we're looking at Anka Karenka. That's my opinion.
Alright, well, John, all I'm going to say is enough of these ladies screaming and crying about the results. Look, optimist, okay? Look, we will cry once we've gone down, okay? We haven't finished the leg yet. We are able to turn it around. It's not looking likely, and it's not looking heavily likely that we can survive. But, as they say, don't cry until the fat lady's sung, alright? In my opinion, I am an optimist and someone that wants to believe that we're still able to go on and achieve. But it doesn't look good after today's result, but I still feel like we can turn it around. I know everybody wants to do Luton and all of these other teams, the 93, but I still believe like that it was a poor performance today. Ranieri didn't make the right decisions, but I want to hope that we can turn it around.
As a positive person, can I ask you a quick question?
Go on then, Liam.
I'll ask you both a quick question.
Go on.
The question is, do we believe that Tony Khan as director of football when it comes to transfer policy is the right man to move us forward?
Well, don't bring in the Khans. Look, I know the signings haven't been correct. I know they haven't been correct.
But this is not the first time it's been happening. This is not just January. It isn't just the summer. We're looking in the last couple of years. The signing of Mitrovic on deadline day saved our season last season. Matt Target as well. But in the last couple of years, we've had duds like Sergio Ojo, who I know you've got a lot of respect for. I know John's got a lot of respect for. But someone like Sergio Ojo and, who else?
I know, but last year, Liam, we were on a transfer ban, were we not?
No.
The guy invested a lot of money to try and transform this team. And I still believe that is the case. He has got.
Now the spine of our championship team looks like it's starting to break up.
Well, it is.
Everybody's going. Steph Joe's on loan to West Brom this season.
Yeah.
But his contract's out at the end of the season. Do you reckon Steph Joe, if West Brom get promoted,
Steph Joe will go. He will go. I love Steph Joe.
But the point I'm
great
making,
player, but he isn't.
The point I'm making is that if we are going to go into the Championship, we've broken up half that team. No Fredericks, no Callas. I said this to you, John, frequently, how Thomas Callas, in my opinion, you look at Bristol City, Middlesbrough and ourselves in the last couple of years, he's gone on loan to all three. Bristol City are currently, I'm not seeing the Bristol City result at the moment, but they were currently 12 unbeaten FA Cup weekend. We went 23 games unbeaten. Middlesbrough won promotion automatically in the season and made playoffs 2 seasons in a row, exactly the same with us. So in my opinion, I understand that Chelsea are probably asking for a big fee. We should have tried keeping that team together and then started building around that.
Yeah, I do want to see. I want an honest thing saying Tony Canto and saying, right guys, I'm really sorry, I buggered up.
Yeah.
And we'd
stand. You know what?
Stand respect for that.
Stand up and say you've made a mistake. Instead of hiding behind Twitter and social media, stand up and show that you've made a mistake.
Yeah.
We are going down. It's an embarrassment, but. You know, he's like he said. One thing I will say about Tony Khan is everybody's criticising him, but he does really care, and I appreciate that he does really care. But like you said, he needs to stand up for the mistakes he's made.
Yeah.
And then
all human, we make them.
Exactly.
And it's a learning curve for them as well.
But moving forward, we've got to now look to rebuild to get back into the Premiership. And the differences between ourselves and maybe Huddersfield and whoever goes down, if we do go down, is that we've got that Premier League money dribbling down into the Championship, and we cannot F that up. No disrespect. No, I don't want to use any vulgarisms. I don't want us to use any bad language, but we cannot F up. Transfer policy next year. If we are to go into the Championship, we've got to look at the mode we build.
Liam, I want to ask you a question. Are we weaker this season than we are last season?
100%. You've broken up. You've got Fredericks going off to West Ham, and don't get me wrong, I'm not going to criticise Cyrus Christie. I've always said this to you, John, that everybody's human at the end of the day, so I'm not going to stand here and slate anybody and say that they're an awful human being, etc., etc. But you lose Ryan Fredericks, and you replace him with his backup that couldn't break into the Championship team, and you expect us to move on and do bits in the Premiership. And then you look at Callas, who's gone. Okay, Tim Ream and Dennis Odoi. I was never really. Elliot may disagree.
Dennis.
But I was never really sold on Dennis Odoi. I thought he had his mistakes here and there, and I think that obviously the step up in the Premiership and the pace that comes with the Premiership.
Loved him. Look, I remember after that playoff final, you were so.
I 100%. 100%.
I know what he says about Slavies.
No. First of all, I will stand
Liam, you did say Ream and Odoi. Odoi is your guy.
I did say Ream. I didn't say Odoi.
You did like Odoi.
I did. No, I'm not saying I don't like Odoi, but I'm saying.
What's the problem with Odoi?
That
there isn't. In my opinion, I love Dennis. I love Dennis. I know. I love Dennis. I love him. No, the only thing about Dennis is he does.
He's small. I no disrespect. I'm not the tallest person in the world, but when you go up as a centre back, you're looking for someone whose physically presence is there to hold off the likes of Sergio Aguero.
Originally a centre back.
Mitrovic today was isolated. There was nothing. There was nothing supporting Alexander Mitrovic, and then you got someone like Zacko, who's so big and imposing that he's so big and imposing that. How do you expect Alexander Mitrovic to do it on his own when we're not overlapping? The most frustrating thing is they were blocking us off in the middle. We should have been looking for the overlaps. Forsu Mensah, Christie, whoever, Joe Bryan, whoever. We should have been looking for the overlaps, and we didn't do that today. And
let's face it, we haven't had any decent fullbacks since Malona's gone. Target.
Target was good.
And Fredericks.
Yeah, Target, Fredericks. We lost both of them in the summer. Didn't replace them.
That's it. And that's where we've lost it this league.
And exactly. And you look at part of the reason that we won promotion was, for me, the fullbacks, the overlapping, the pace, the work rate, etc., etc. And we haven't got that this season.
No, we haven't. No.
And before anybody gets the wrong idea, I do want to say that I'm fully on behind the team currently. I'm talking about tactics.
Yeah, that's right. Football has changed dramatically now, and the time for the likes of Ranieri.
Mourinho's the prime example. Yeah. Mourinho in the early noughties, mid-noughties, was seen as the special one. Give it 10 years on, he's being booted out of Man United.
Shai Khan's statement after Ranieri signed said he's low risk.
No. There's low risk. What the risk is that we're going to get relegated. For me, one of the reasons I'm so frustrated with the policy is it seems like they've taken, look, this guy's won the Premiership in the last couple of years with Leicester, with a team that he didn't build. Let's hope that he can do the exact same thing. We're not challenging for the league title, John. No. We're not challenging for the league title. We're challenging for surviving this division, and now it's looking dead. We're looking dead and buried, and I cannot stand here and say that it's risk-free. Risk-free if we're mid-table in the Premiership. Let's say we're in the situation Leicester are in at the moment, where they're mid-table. They're not going to go down. They're not going to win the Premiership, etc., etc. That's risk-free, but this isn't risk-free. We're in the bottom three.
January 31st, Liam, you can vouch for how he was. Were you on a bit of a low?
Do you know what? To be honest, it wasn't looking good. We didn't sign the people that we wanted to sign, but I just taken to conclusion that it is January still. Most of the players that are playing for the rest of the clubs won't want to leave their partner club at the current situation that we're in. To be fair, we have got another midfielder come in, another Serbian, so that could potentially be a good link between Mitro and himself. Could have brought in a couple more defenders, but as I say, the partner clubs wouldn't want to release their players in January.
Well, you had someone there, Gary Cahill. You could pay him off.
Then, like, you hear rumours.
Down to like Juventus and Monaco.
Former defences attack.
Yeah.
Look what we did at Brighton. We destroyed them.
No, exactly. Look at tonight's the prime example. The statistics say that Palace haven't scored or can't score at home, and we're defending for 90 minutes.
5 at the back.
Five at the back.
First half.
And you know what? You look like Kev said. You look at the Brighton game. We were attacking them. It could have been 5 or 6-2.
Yeah.
And you know there is no excuse for what happened today. No excuse.
It was that bad today.
Yeah.
To be honest, the first half wasn't
as bad as
that bad.
Huddersfield.
It wasn't that bad. They had, as my brother said, Huddersfield was horrendous. First half, we did put in a good performance, and they probably should have been 2-0 up, but luckily we have Sergio Rico in goal, brilliant keeper.
First of all, I don't even understand why have we got Kearney on the right. Does anybody understand that? Why is Kearney, considering that he was a great centre attacking midfielder for us?
That's where he needs to be.
Exactly, and then what? Once again, I don't think I don't know. You know what? I'll go back to the transfer policy, and maybe I'm contradicting myself, and I'm being very critical. In a sense, I'm very disappointed we didn't bring in the players that we needed to. But the one thing I will say is I'm worried about in the coming future. Maybe you can look back if we do go down 6, 7, 8 months behind. The thing I'm worried about is the financial fair play that I'm worried about most because of the way that we spent 100 million in the summer. Maybe that we're looking forward instead of signing big players.
I think. I think the reason you don't like Ranieri, and I totally get this because I've had conversations with other people, the way he's treating Ryan Sessegnon and throwing him under the, he's not treating him well.
Okay, I wouldn't say it is just the full reason. I don't think. Like we were saying with Kev, I just think the Premier League, as a dynamics, has completely changed. I had this conversation with my dad, and we were saying how my dad was going, why don't you get Mourinho? And it sounds like a stupid statement because it's Mourinho, but I was saying, but the difference between Mourinho now and Mourinho then is that you've got when Chelsea and Man United were fighting it out between Alex Ferguson and Jose Mourinho, it was 2. But nowadays you've got maybe 6 or 7 teams, and with the Premiership money now injected into the Premiership, teams that do go up are fighting for their life, trying to stay in this division. It gives them more of an incentive to try and stay in this division. It's not a case of if you go down, okay, you don't have to worry because the Premiership money is going to be there. You can spend 2 or 3 years in the Premiership, the Championship, and you can look to bounce back. Long-term ambition, but this time, because of how important it is with the Premiership money, it's not the same. It's not the same. Like we keep saying, the Premiership's completely changed. Partly the way that Ryan Sessegnon has been treated. For me, I would have.
Okay, Sessegnon, Mitrovic, and Kearney are going to go right at the end of the season.
I don't think Kearney will go.
You don't think Kearney will go?
I think Kearney's settled. I think Kearney's got a kid on his way.
Okay, Sessegnon and Mitro will go. That is a big hole to fill.
And that, once again, that goes into the half our team from the promotion season's been ripped apart.
The question is...
It's not easy to get those players.
If that's the case, where's Sessegnon going to go? Because, to be fair, he's not set the Premier League alight, so who would snap him up?
A lot of people would.
Really?
Kev, I think.
I hope that what Kev's saying is true. I can see where the point Kev's making is that, he hasn't obviously... I don't think it's more a case of he's not set it light, but I don't think he's really had the chance to. I think he's in a poor team that have really not... really pushed his style of football. Yeah, his style of football. I think if Cesc goes to the right team, someone was making the point on Twitter that was saying that if it was, let's say if Ranieri was our manager in the Championship, none of these young players would be given a chance. This is why everybody can criticise me and they can slander me, they can take the piss out of me, it's what they want, but this is why I love Buchanovich, because he never gave an opportunity.
Yes, you're correct there.
But
I totally agree with that one.
Yeah.
He did inject young players. He says, right, okay.
Even in the League Cup.
All I'm going to say to you, John, is let's keep fighting. Let's see how the end of the season plans out, and let's keep the faith. Come on, you Whites, let's do this.
Dave Burke and stuff like.
So you used to be a youth player for Fulham. Yeah. What was that like?
It was unbelievable, to be fair. I never ever have a bad word to say about Fulham. They looked after me well when I was there. I had some great experiences, trained with some good players. And yeah, it was just unbelievable, really. I loved it, to be fair. So, yeah. I think if you look at where Fulham are now, I think they're doing well. The Premiership's a hard league. It's a tough league. It came up, but they're doing the right things, and they've got good young players still coming through. So I think that's the most important thing. You have to realise that
the long-term future.
Yeah, they're not going to be a Liverpool, Man United, and Arsenal right now, but they're in the Premiership and they've got good players and they've got a good fan base. So even if they go down, there would be a good championship side and probably come back up. So I trained the first team once and I'll never forget it. It was only like, I think we done like the last 15 minutes with them and it was just like the players on the pitch were just like, do you know what I mean? There was Louis Sarra, Van der Sar, I think Belmonte was there at the time. So, and then obviously there was a lot of good English players there as well, like Sean Davis was unbelievable, to be fair. Like, he's one of the most technically gifted players I've ever seen. So he was unbelievable. And there was a lot of other players as well, like Callum and Luke and stuff. So Lee Clark was there at the time. So yeah, there was a good feel about the place, and do you know what I mean, the training ground was
buzzing.
Yeah.
What would you say about if any young player in the future that's wanting to break in and obviously has hit the bump in the road, what would you suggest to them?
I think you just have to keep going. You'll find your level eventually, whether you have to go down and come back.
Do a Jamie Vardy, for instance.
Yeah, you do that. You have to be mentally strong, and I think that's where it breaks down sometimes, and you have to have the right guidance, especially family as well. I think family is important because you can get to a level and your family like, okay, and then when you drop out, it's like, okay. But if you've got the right push and the right motivation,
you'll move far.
I think a lot of, nowadays as well, a lot of young players have got agents and stuff, so if they've got good agents, I mean, they can get them exit trials or just going lower down, just kind of.
Did you have to deal with agents back in the day? Because I know recently you've set up, they've now got a lot of young players have got a lot of agents.
There was agents around, and I never actually had one personally, but some of the players did and stuff. But I think nowadays a lot more. You know what I mean, from when you get to like 16, 17, even 15, 14, there are agents that are, you know what I mean,
trying to push you the best deal and try and move on the right direction.
I mean, it's a good thing. I don't think agents are a bad thing because they play their role and there's a job to do. So
they're trying to look up for their best for their client and all that.
Would you have gone to somewhere like Barney? Would you have called them up now if you could look back on when you got released?
I think there's a lot of things I would have done if I could go back when I got released and stuff. Personally, at the time, I was quite disheartened, so I went and played like a few non-league clubs and stuff like that. But I think
like who?
I went to Hayes and Yeading for a bit, but I think when you fall out of like Fulham and stuff like that, and then you go to Hayes or somewhere like that, it's like you're not the golden boy sort of thing. It's just like, you know, go and earn your stripes.
So you kind of knocked your confidence, kind of.
Yeah, a little bit. So, and then again, it's about being mentally strong. And I think personally at the time, I wasn't mentally strong enough to deal with the knockback.
Yeah.
So, do you know what I mean? That's where my kind of career in that sense ended. But you know what I mean, I can only look back on this thing. From 12 to 18, I was probably at the best academy in London, in my opinion. We had unbelievable training sessions. Like to Ghana when he was there, the training was amazing.
Nicest person you've ever met in football? That's another big question.
I don't know, to be fair. When I look back at my own time, I'd probably like to say Sean Davis. Like, he looked after a lot of the young boys at Fulham and stuff. And like I said, I wasn't full time when I was there, so like he used to get me boots and stuff like that, and he probably looked out for a lot of us. So yeah, I'd probably say Sean Davis is probably one
nicest
of the
guy. Yeah.
And for me, like I met him a couple times. I remember he gave us like a Harrods hamper one time and stuff, but he was really like down to earth. Just used to walk around. You'd see him quite a lot. He was just like, wow.
Hey, we could be looking at relegation, more likely so. But think about this in a positive note. All the away games and all the teams we get to see again. QPR, Brentford. Where else can I think? Millwall if they stay up. You know. So hey, cheers Fulham. It's not doom and gloom because either way, all we want to do is see our club win games, and we'll see that in the Championship. Come on, you Whites.